Hi guys, with me again Adi Kurniawan Yusuf. So in this video, we're gonna talk about a case of time value of money. So what is time value of money? If you haven't known about that, please watch my previous video about time value of money. I want to give you the fact. For example, there is credit card promotion, and this credit card offers you interest 2% per month. Of course, we will think that, okay, 2% per month, it equals to 2% times 12. It means 24% per year. But do you know, the fact is that actually you don't pay 24% a year. But you have to pay more than 24% a year. How come? Let's talk it more detail. There is term we call as APR, or annual percentage rate, or also we can call as I nominal. It is estimated annual interest of a loan, credit card, or investment. So for example, the loan interest is 3% per month. It means the APR just simply, okay, 1 month 3%. It means 1 year 3% times 12, 36% per year or per annum. How about 10% per quarter? It means in 1 year there are 4 periods, right? So 1 year equals to 10% times 4 equals to 40% per annum. How about 21% per semester? 1 year consists of 2 periods. It means the APR just 21% times 2. It equals to 42% per annum. In our previous story, if the bank gives you 2% per month, it means we will think that the annual interest rate is 2% times 12. It equals to 24% per year. That is APR, the annual interest rate. But the fact is that interest earned or needed to pay is not simple interest, but it is compounded interest. Because of that, as the previous story, when the bank offers you 2% per month and we think that the interest rate will be 24% per year, actually it is more than that. Why? The answer is because it is compounded. This is the illustration. For example, there is over credit card promotion that give you 10% interest per 6 months. So the APR just simply 10% times 2, because in 1 year there are 2 periods. So if 10% per 6 months, it means 20% per year. So the APR is 20% per year. But let's calculate the real interest that we have to pay. For example, the principal is 100 and then it gives 10% interest after 6 months. So the interest is 10% times 100, it equals to 10. So our balance after 6 months is 100 plus 10, it equals to 110. For the next 6 months, the additional interest we have to pay is 10% also, times not 100 but 110, because it is compounded. It equals to 11. So our ending balance after a year, 6 months and 6 months, is 121. We can see here that our principal is 100. After 1 year, we have to pay 121. It means the interest we have to pay actually 121 minus 100. It equals to 21. How many percent is it? Just directly 21, the real interest one, divided by the principal, 100. It equals to 21% per annum. This 21% we call as EFF or EAR, effective annual rate. So we think, okay, we have to pay 20% per year, but actually we have to pay 21% per year. Because of that, it is so important for us to know about effective annual rate. As I mentioned that EAR or EFF or effective annual rate is annual interest rate that is adjusted for compounding. We don't need to calculate one by one like my previous example, but we can directly use this formula. EAR equals to 1 plus APR divided by M to the power of M minus 1. One more time, EAR equals to 1 plus APR divided by M to the power of M minus 1. M is the number of periods in 1 year. Back to this case, 10% interest per 6 months. As we know, the APR is 20% per annum, right? 10% directly times 2. How about the EAR calculated using the formula? So EAR equals to 1 plus the APR is 20% divided by 2 because 1 year consists of 2 periods every 6 months to the power of 2 number of periods in 1 year minus 1. We can find that the EAR equals to 21%. It is the same, right, with our previous simulation. Because of that, after learning this, we have to watch out for every loan promotion. Now let's talk about the other example. If other company offers you loan 2% per month, let's calculate what is the effective interest rate that you actually have to pay. So loan 2% per month, it means the APR is 2% times 12 because 1 year consists of 12 periods, right? It is 24% per annum. Now let's calculate the EAR or EFF. EAR equals to 1 plus APR divided by M to the power of M minus 1. So EAR equals to 1 plus 24% APR divided by 12 to the power of 12 minus 1. So EAR equals to 1 plus 24% APR divided by 12 number of period in 1 year to the power of 12 minus 1. So we can find the EAR equals to 26.82%. So for loan that give 2% interest per month, actually we have to pay 26.82% per year. Do you get the idea? It is so applicable, isn't it? What is the implication now? If you want to take credit, if you want to borrow money, if you want to use your credit card, don't calculate the APR, but you have to calculate the EAR because it is the real interest rate that you have to pay. And the EAR is larger because it uses compound interest. While for investing, compound interest of course will be beneficial for the investor because our money will grow more than the simple interest.